Well, it's been a bit since I've actually fired up the high-end save here. About 10 days, almost 2 weeks. I have been playing FM. I have an offline personal save I've been doing. That's a journeyman save. It's been interesting to say the least. Needed a break from high-end. Had a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with work and things like that, and just I wanted to walk away from it for a little bit. I knew I was going to come back. I didn't think it was going to take a week plus, but we're back now, and we got Juve coming up in the Champions League. So if we win or draw, we have a good chance of getting out of the group, and that would be great. I would actually love to go fairly far this year in the Champions League, but as always, that's not up to us. The other team gets a vote. My name's FM20. It's time to get real. So, long-time viewers of the channel, and I realize there aren't a lot of you when I say that out loud, but long-time viewers of the channel know that I work in the oil and gas industry, and that has been one of the industries. Well, I work for a company that works with the oil and gas industry, I should say, and one of the things that happened with what's going on worldwide is that they've cut a lot of their discretionary budget. At one point in time, our two biggest clients had contracted us for 19 contracts this year, 19 projects, and they cut that down to 4. We got sent home in middle of March. I had work until the end of March. April, May, and June, my company graciously paid for me to literally sit at home and not do a lot. I did a lot of online learning, tried learning a couple new languages like R and Perl and Python. It really didn't take. I'm not a programmer by any stretch of the imagination. I know I've said that before. But finally, things came to a head, and my company's owner realized that he was going to have to let people go if he wanted to keep his company afloat. And believe it or not, where I work in my office, I celebrated my 7th anniversary, and I'm the lowest man on the totem pole. So I was one of the ones let go. We had 16 people in our office. A couple of them were let go. The vast majority of them have been furloughed for the next 2 months. Even the I guess you would call him the vice president of the office here in Kansas City, saw his hours cut. So it is what it is. I do have quite a few prospects, though. I actually got 3 interviews next week. Fingers crossed. Any one of them would be a great job. But I took a little bit off just to kind of kick back, relax, unwind. Been doing a lot of gaming, a lot of first-person shooter stuff with my son and things like that. But also have an offline save going that I do on the weekends. It's a journeyman save. I start out in Kidderminster. Got them promoted to League One back-to-back-to-back. Took an offer from Legia. Got them all the way to the Champions League quarterfinals. And they didn't want to renew my contract the next season. So from there, I walked and I went to Cologne, FC Cologne. We won the Bundesliga my second year there. The third year there, I was in 4th place, and the board wasn't happy with me. And I said, okay, you're unhappy with me. And they came back and they offered me a contract. I said, no, I'm just going to work this contract out. And then I had the Brazilian leagues loaded, and Flamengo fired their boss. And I thought, what the hell? I've never played in Brazil before. I've never coached there. I keep hearing there's a lot of fun things to do there, and I don't have the real names save fix on that particular save. So what's this FLA team? I have no idea what this FLA team is. Did the interview, got hired, realized I was making more at Flamengo than I was at Cologne. And was like, okay, what the heck team am I coaching? And realized it's like only the most popular team in Brazil. So let's not screw this up. So, but they were mid-table when I took them over. The team's been pretty gutted. We're fighting our way up. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for this club, Real High-End. We are currently top of the league. We're 3 points ahead of Barcelona, but it's only 9 games into the season. I think it's going to be a fight. Barry Verdonk leads with 10 goals. Antonio Augusto has 7.63 rating and 6 assists. He also has 3 players in the match. Roberto Fernandez and Antonio Augusto each have 4 yellow cards. I don't know what it is. I know I've mentioned this before, but I saw this happen on my offline save as well. No matter what team I go to, they become a yellow card machine. And I know it's not my tactics. It can't be my tactics because I have 4 different tactics I've used at all 4 clubs based on the players there. I'm not really wedded to one tactic. We play the 4-2-4 here because that's what the club was set up for, and I just bought the players to fit the roles. At Kidderminster, we played a 4-2-4. At Legia, we played a 4-2-3-1. At Cologne, we played a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder, a 4-1-4-1 they're calling it. And in Flamengo, we're playing a 4-3-3 with 3 strikers up top. And I kid you not, I have guys on the squad who had like 2, 3, 2, 4, and 3 yellow cards the years prior to I was there. The year I get there, all of a sudden, oh, hey, look, 13 yellow cards, 15 yellow cards, 17 yellow cards. I can't explain it. I really can't. So after the draw at Arsenal, we had 2 really good games. We thumped Eibar 3-0 thanks to a Verdant goal and a brace of goals by Matasevic. And against Valladolid, we shut them out thanks to a Verdant goal and a goal by Robert Maria. Today, we're playing Juve and Cadiz. Cadiz is bottom of the table. Yeah, they're fighting relegation. They have not gone for a good start this season. They've kind of been our bogey team, though. Anytime we've played them, they've always given us a good fight, so I'm not expecting a walkover in that game. I'm definitely not expecting a walkover against Juve. They're currently in 3rd place on 3 points. They have beaten Slavia Praha, and they lost to Arsenal. We need a draw today, or a win, and that would really, really help us get into the next stage of the Champions League. That said, I'm not going to say it out loud. So what I'm going to do is set my best 11, check the reserves, and we'll be back for the Champions League group match against Juve in just a bit. Oh, they still got a good team. They still got DeLitt. They still got Aarons. Rousseau is the striker from Barcelona. By way of Nantes. Good young striker. They paid 67 million euros for him. I mean, he's a good young player. So we, of course, are playing our 4-2-4. We got Seferovic in goal, Pagano, Thorpe, Benvenuti, and Fernandez as the defensive back 4. Augusto and Malo as the midfielders. Verdonk and Israel as the attacking midfielders. Matasevic and Maria up top as the strikers. I do think one of the things that's interesting is you go through these various leagues and stuff like that, some of the substitution rules are absolutely interesting. That's one word for it. You get to some of the lower leagues, it's like you got 5 on the bench and you can use 3. And then you go to like Poland, you can have 9 on the bench, you can use 3, but one of your starting 11 has to be an under 21 player, under 22 player. It's stuff like that makes all the leagues kind of fun. It's pretty cool. Just want a good, credible result against Juve here. Fernandez on the throw into Israel. Back to Fernandez. Dispossessed, but the ball goes to Alonso. He taps it over to Maria. He holds it up, tries crossing in, and bounces it off a Juve player. That's one thing that has not changed. Why is this so slow, so small? Morgan, a shot right at Seferovic, who had no problem stopping it. Cuisance crosses it in, but it's headed over the crossbar. Seferovic taps it over to Benvenuti. Out to Fernandez. Back to Benvenuti. Taps up to Malo, to Israel, who cuts inside. Cuts all the way across the field. Taps up to Matasevic, who holds it. Sends it back to Malo. Out into space for Verdonk to run down, which he does. He crosses it in. Oh, how is Matasevic not fouled there? Bamba passes it up to Rousseau. He's at the corner of the box. Crosses it all the way over. Cuisance is there. Wasn't exactly the hardest shot in the world, but it did go in. It looked like Matasevic got fouled hard in the box there. I mean, his dot literally quit moving for 3 seconds. Nice cross by Rousseau. Oh, who's my number 4? Who's my number 4? Fernandez went up for the header, and he totally missed it, and that let Cuisance score. Aguilar on the throw into Cuisance. Challenged. Oh, Verdonk steps in front of Rybakov. Splits the defenders. Taps out to Maria. He equalizes. That was well done. Oh, I like this kid. Now, one of the things I have been doing during my break is I've been uploading videos. Now, I'm currently, at least in-game, 3 seasons ahead of where I'm editing. So it's interesting going back and seeing, oh, hey, I've got Helio, and I've got these players who look like they could turn out good. And then it's like, I don't have Helio anymore. And it's like, I don't need him. I have Maria. And now I've got West Side Story going through my head, as I totally screwed up my hair when I did that. What hair I have left. Maria, back to Benvenuti. to Malo, all the way back to Seferovic. Okay. Thorup. Augusto. Back to Malo. Long pass out into space for Israel to run down, which he does. He crosses it in. Maria's there, but he was, well, I don't know how to say this. The angle on the shot was nowhere near what he thought it was, and it hit the outside. Maria, back to Malo. He tries banging it in, but it bounces off a Juve player. Pagano, surrounded by 3 Juve players, gets it away, but it bounces off another Juve player and goes to Russo. Cuisance crosses it in, and it's headed over the crossbar. I wonder. Coming up on halftime here. And that is halftime. We are tied 1-1. Cuisance scored in the 21st minute. Maria equalized 3 minutes later. They've had more shots, more on target, and we have the possession advantage is negligible. But this, so far, is a decent result for us. 60 minutes in, we have not had any action. We're going to get Benvenuti off and bring on Uche. I think I have to switch him with Thorup. We're going to get Israel off and bring on Resnicek. Told my guys to show some passion. They're frustrated. Malo on the throw from Hernandez. Oh, tries getting it to Alonso, but Arthur steps in front of it. Morgan holds it up. Latortu? Good grief, what a heck of a name. Aguilar, dispossessed by Fernandez. Over to Resnicek. He holds it up, sends it back to Thorup, up to Malo. Long pass towards Maria. Got between the defenders, round the keeper. And oh no, he just blows it right by him. Well done, Robert. That was nice. Nice long pass by Malo. Keeper came out. Maria said, "You've given me both sides of the goal to work with. I'm going to shoot it at the short side." Seferovic towards Verdonk, who heads it over to Matasevic. Back to Verdonk, over to Augusto. Out towards Resnicek. He's got help. Instead, he centers it to Malo. I'm not quite sure what was going on there. A little bit of miscommunication between Malo and my number 6. Pagano crosses it in, but goes right to Russo. I wonder. It does have their numbers on there. Okay, you know what? I am going to bring this on. Over here. Russo throws it out to Mejbri. Drives forward and takes an ill-advised shot that was very, very right. Seferovic taps it to Thorup, back to Seferovic, over to Uche, back to Thorup, out to Fernandez, centers it to Malo, to Augusto, to Resnicek, up to Maria, to Fernandez, up to Maria, who got by the defender, and he didn't have much to work with. He took a weak shot right at Russo. Cuisance sends it in, and it is headed high and right. Last chance for Juve. Cuisance. And Mejbri pushes it wide right off the corner. Should be the game here soon. And it is. A 2-1 victory thanks to a brace of goals by Robert Maria. We were just better in front of the goal. We had 16 and 9, had 20 and 5. Had a ton more fouls, though. Okay, that was well done, boys. And that's what we're going to tell the guys. Maria did put in a classy performance. And I am going to save this, and we are going to come back for our game at Cadiz. So, a really good win for us in the Champions League. That puts us top of the group. Granted, there's still a chance. I mean, we've got a really tough group. It's Arsenal and Juve for crying out loud. And I believe we play Juve one more time after this. This is the first time we played them, so we'll figure it out. We're coming back for Cadiz. We'll be back with that match in just a bit. Well, it is a slightly rotated side. We've got Seferovic in goal, Pagano, Uche, Benvenuti, and Fernandez is the defensive back four. Thorpe and Van Horn is the midfielders. Tollefson and Resnicek is the attack midfielders. Matasevic up top with Boyce. honestly, because Cadiz is as bad as they are this year, I feel comfortable starting this 11. I could have started the same squad I started against Juve, but I don't want to risk it. And is that Virgil van Dijk? And they've already got a penalty, literally 5 minutes into the game. Oh, it's Vincent van Dijk. Is it Virgil's son? I don't want to see this. Of course, it makes perfect sense. I just got done saying how comfortable I was with the starting 11 on the field, and they get a penalty. Tollison. Oh, he tries centering in, but Colin Barrow steps in front of it. Malagon. Back to Marcelin. To Malagon. Why is the ref's name on? I don't want the ref's name. There we go. Colin Barrow to Van Dijk. To Escobar. He drives forward. Top of the box. Takes a shot, but pushes it wide right. Going into half. We're going to be a goal down. Fontaine. Is that our Fontaine? Back to Race. To Colin Barrow. Up to Escobar. Knocked away by Benvenuti. Brallo ends up with it. To Reyes. Colin Barrow to Escobar. Back to Colin Barrow. To Reyes. He drives forward, takes the shot. Seferovic, a very nice block. Pagano just bangs that out of bounds. Oh, we've had 9 shots, 7 on target, a huge possession advantage. They have it 7-4, and because of a stupid penalty and a long pass, my guy going up to the guy and pushing him in the box, they've got the penalty kick and they are ahead by 1. That is annoying. Braulio to Colin Barrow. Dispossessed, but he gets it back. Colin Barrow to Van Dijk. Dispossessed by Thorpe, but it goes right to Reyes. He sends it out to Escobar. It's knocked down. Resnicek picks it up. Back to Benvenuti. He holds it up over to Resnicek. Back to Benvenuti. To Resnicek. To Benvenuti. To Van Horn. Thorpe. Back to Benvenuti. To Van Horn. I just realized how big this field is because of how small the dots are. Good grief. Fernandez. To Resnicek. He cuts across the box. Van Horn is there. Blasts a shot, and it's just wide left. We are going to make a couple of changes here. We're going to bring Lee Norris on. We're going to get Augusto on. We're going to get Boyce off and bring on Maria. Triple substitution at 60 minutes. Van Dijk. And he curls it wide left. Augusto sends it in. And Fragas with a nice save. Fernandez picks up the ball. I'm putting the guys on the very attacking. I was going to shout, but it's been less than 10 minutes since my last shout. So Van Horn. Across the field. Pagano taps up to Tollison. He crosses it in. Can Matasevic get there? He can. He holds it up. Maria in front of the box, and he scores. Okay, let's get another one like that, Robert. If you do happen to hear any yelling and screaming in the background, our backyard neighbors are having a huge family reunion. It's been in the works for a long, long time. They got a bouncy house and everything, and they're being responsible. I'll give them credit for that. So I came off it very attacking, told the guys to push forward. Now, half of them are motivated, half of them are apprehensive, nervous, or frustrated. Nakala to Andone to Van Dijk. Up to Malagon. Blow the whistle, ref. He gets by Augusto. Malagon. Rounds, takes the shot, but right at Seferovic. Blow the whistle, ref. Just hold it, Lazo. Uche. Long pass. Tollison in space. Tries crossing it in, bounces it off a Cadiz player, goes out of bounds. We're going to draw with a team that was in the relegation zone. Pagano to Matasevic. Back to Pagano. And that was annoying as all hell. 18 shots, 11 on target, huge possession advantage, and we just couldn't get anything done. A 1-all draw. That was annoying. So annoying, I gave myself indigestion. Okay, so we've got... I think what we're going to do is skip this Juve game. And we're going to come back for... Zaragoza in Prague? Zaragoza's 13th. Celta Vigo is 12th. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll come back and do Slavia Prague and Zaragoza, and then Arsenal and Deportivo, and then, as always with me, we'll go through January. The club, the board. Let me go to them here real quick. The board doesn't care about the Supercopa. It's not important to them. So I have no reason or desire to do that as a live com. It just doesn't count. The points don't matter. It's a little bit of extra money in our pockets, but money-wise, believe it or not, we're still doing really good. Almost 300 million euros in the bank. We're showing a profit so far. We've got 190 million euros in the transfer budget. I've still got 800,000 euros in the wage budget to work with. Our payroll is 2.1, and I'm only spending 1.3. The scouting budget is more than paid for, and I want to say I've bumped everything up to... Okay, I'm totally blanking on where I'm supposed to be clicking, but I know I've bumped everything up to the worldwide. Is it here? No, I need to go through and edit these guys, though. I have no idea. It's FM being FM again. But a really good win against Juve. And a horrible, horrible draw against Cadiz. Hopefully that does not come back to bite us later in the season. So, it's interesting times. I'm glad to be back in this save, though. I have missed it. It's one of the reasons I did get back to it. So, with that said, I'm going to save this here. We're going to call this an episode. If you did like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. I'm FM Jellico.